Alright, we are live with the MITS car at Northwest Ohio. I think we're going to balance the volume a little bit. We'll be doing one pace lap and then we'll go green, so that being said, watch the lights, we're going to go yellow. Go in the car if it goes, we are yellow on the track. If someone is not going, Beagle. Come on, guy. I know that you struggle with this, but come on, man. Every single race. Let's not go too fast. It's just, we are not green. We are in caution conditions. Just for your reminder. You don't need to go slow, because, again, we are in a bit of a time crunch, but please don't go fast enough to where people are not able to keep up with you. That's all I have to say. So, not sure what the field is right now. I think Beagle is struggling to get back up. Cole, you're going to need to go faster. Don't know where you're going pace speed all the way, like, not even a view of anyone else. So, again, this is going to be a 10-lap race. We'll have 2 pace laps, of course, as usual. We are currently setting up the qualifying session. I think there's 9 cars. Now Muffin's joined, so that's going to be 10. Couple new additions to the track you guys might have seen there. The bridge before the straight. So we're currently being led off by Mars. Again, they had a pretty good qualifying in the Rodsmod race yesterday, but the race was a little bit tough for them. Then don't use your controller if it keeps going like that, if it's unreliable. So we'll be clearing the board as soon as we cross the line. We're going to go green in just a short bit. We're now in the last sector of the track, going under the Sargento Cheese Bridge. So that being said, the green flag is out. We're going to have a 5-minute qualifying session. So we have Nico Alex closing in on Mars to take away pack lead. 5 minutes starting now. Clearing the board. I'm going to take these flags from over here. I don't know why they're all scattered like that. Oh my god. It's like somebody anchored them. Just go these back away. Alright. Apologies about that. We're going to get onto the action. The green flag is out there. The lights are not going to reflect that. So Silver Lumi has taken the pack lead, it seems, as of now. A reminder, with this very short qualifying, the very long laps, you guys are going to want to focus on just getting a lap in, at least, before you guys really start trying to push. Because every time you get an invalid lap, it's just going to bite you. Because there's probably, at best, room for 3, maybe 4 laps before qualifying's done. So, again, not a lot of shots. Yes. A little bit of peeing stuff going on right now. Field separated by quite a bit. It will get better as the field spreads out. As the first laps are coming in, Silver Lumi not with any valid lap, but they did get a purple sector 2 and 3. It shows what they are capable of. However, none of the top 3 cars have crossed with any valid lap times. Nobody here. Just a reminder that the track limits in SLC are the asphalt. and just the asphalt. You could go pretty much anywhere in the asphalt as long as it's not marked by cones, but the grass is a different story. So you're going to want to try to stay on the pavement as much as physically possible. And if you do that, then you won't get a cut. If you do, then that's how you get cuts. So it's pretty much straightforward. Might be strict to you guys, but it's so that there is a comprehensive track limit, as strict as it can be. Meanwhile, Gohan closing in on Silver Woomy to potentially take pack lead and maybe the overall position. That might have been Silver Woomy getting an invalid lap. We'll see as it cross into Sector 2. Cross through Sector 2 into Sector 3. As that is true, so Silver Woomy with an invalid lap coming on route. Gohan, in the meanwhile, so we're already over halfway done. Again, a reminder of how short this qualifying session is with tracks that are this long. Your main goal is just be to get a lap, and there goes Silver spinning out. They're going to get back going, but Gohan's got the pack lead now, crossing the start-finish line. Quick time, a 1:34.811 set by Gohan. So yeah, it's just enough space probably for 2 laps. Starting to close in on a lap car, I believe. That's Atmanos. Again, this is Atmanos' I believe, either first or second race in the MITS cars. He's a little bit out of his element, I believe, currently. He's looking good in the other classes. It's just a new theme for him. It's going to take a little bit to get used to. Now, Gohan's got another purple Sector 1. Might be on route to go even faster. It's the only car currently in the first sector, although there is Silver. Silver's got an okay looking time. Again, it's just going to be important at this point just to get in. And that might have been a cut for Gohan. But we'll see as he makes his way down to the braking zone, into the last chicane through Sector 3 we go. Now under the Sargento Bridge, we're closing in on time, but I think there might be just about enough to call it white. Last turn for Gohan, and it looks like he's got ample time, so we're going to call it as it is. So one more lap to go, white flag in the air once you guys cross the start-finish line. Gohan's going to go even faster, a 1:34.560. Silver Woomy taking the second place position just by getting a lap in. Again, just shows how important to just get a valid lap is on these bigger tracks. Nico is now crossing the line. He's going to take up a time. But a reminder that we are now on the white flag once you guys have crossed the line. So as Gohan's making his way one last time through the S's under the new Firestone Bridge. Now down the long straightaway. Gohan makes his way through the long double apex sweeping left turn. It doesn't look like he's really on route to go too much faster, though he's still going to set a pretty good lap time. He's got a bit of a threat from Silver. Not in that Sector 2, though. So this time by Gohan. If you guys could do a cooldown lap once we're done with this lap, we'll be seeing the checkered flag. The checkers are out for Gohan. Just make a cooldown, please. Let's just try to run things through. We're going to watch from the start-finish line now. Again, Silver is done. Silver's not going to go faster. Nico does, and that was last lap. Manos not with any valid lap, but also be starting in 6th place. Muffin crossing the line. Muffin will be in the 5th place spot with an improved lap time. Gear MFX2 going to pull it into the pits. not happy with their final lap. Spiegel will cross, does improve, and will stay in 6th place. Michael Funk now makes up 7th place. I think that leaves us with just Mars now, so I think Mars is the last car on track. So here is Mars, again with a valid sector 2. Let's see what that last sector is. Making the way around the final turn. Okay. Yes, there is. Alright. Alright, the red flag is out on track, heading to the pit lane. We're going to line up in the following order. Gohan 131 first place. Second is going to be Silver Woomy. Third place will be Nikolauds. Fourth place is going to be Arisneta. Fifth place is going to be Muffin. Sixth place is going to be Multi-Beagle Dude. Seventh place is going to be Mitch. Eighth place is going to be Mars. Ninth place is Manos. And then 10th place, without any valid lap, it's going to be Giram FX2. So let's pull it in here, folks. In pit lane. Guys, pit lane. I don't have any flag lights, so I can't do a grid start. Who's this, Aris, who's this bag noodles person? People could jump countdowns. They usually do.
Fucking Noodles, you know the guy you asked me who was like a couple of races ago.
Can I let them race?
Yes, they're a racer. They've
Okay.
finished races in MITS before.
Okay. Again, please line up in the following order. Gohan, Silver Woomy 2nd place. Nikolauds in 3rd, Arisna in 4th. 5th place is going to be Muffin. 6th place is going to be Multi-Beagle Dude. Manos, you're all the way in the back. What are you doing? You are only ahead of Giram. So, Beagle to 6th place, 7th to Mitch. 8th to Mars. 9th to Manos. 10th is Giram. Manos, you're ahead of Giram. Just take up Giram's spot. Okay. And Noodles can start from the rear. So he doesn't have a car of his own? Alright. Alright, we're going to be clearing out the extra cars now. It's going to take me about a minute here. But we are setting up for our 10-lap race. As it looks like Italian man has stolen the Italian Miata. The Fiata. Alright, we're going to delete the pace cars. And no one has stolen the bottles. Thank you guys for that. Again, if you're not ready, please hop out of your car. If you are, then stay in it. Today's cut limit is going to be 15 corner cuts today. So again, as a reminder, the track limits are the asphalt. and the curbs. You're not allowed to extend beyond them. Even 2 wheels off is still extending because you're going off the track into the grass. So the track limit is just the actual racing surface. It's because that's what it is. Extending intentionally on a straight is also going to be enforced strictly the first time you're observed doing that. Once the chaos ends, the chaos of the start ends, the first time you're seen doing that will be a warning. The second time you do that, you will get a 5-second penalty. Same thing goes for the corner cuts. The corner cut limit is 15. That also includes track extensions in the same route. So you got 15 of those. That's 5 more than the amount of laps you're doing, so that should have some leniency for a cut per lap. If you do mess up a little bit. Cuts will be reset once we're on lap 0. And the board is going to be reset. So you don't see 0. Again, this is the last call for anyone to jump out. If you're not ready, if you are at this point, you're going to be given a 120-second countdown. If you're not back by then, you're just going to have your car to lead, and you will be parked. So, Muffin. If we could turn our lights off, it's a day race. It's not going to matter. The lights cause lag. So, if you want there not to be lag, that's one thing I'm going to try to ask you guys, please. You guys, Muffin, if you could turn your lights off. Okay. Alright. Watch the lights. Stop. Go when the car ahead of you goes. Do not jump the gun. Go when the car ahead of you goes. Yellow flag. Go when the car ahead of you goes. Do not jump the gun. Just wait for them to go ahead and slowly pull out. Alright, we're going to read your grid out. Stay behind the car ahead of you and make up some space there, folks. So please make up space from each other. Do not be right inside. Just make up some space, please. From the back of the field, it's going to be in the, I believe, 11th place position. It's going to be Noodles. Giram, without any valid lap time in qualifying, will be starting from, I believe, 10th. Manos is going to be up ahead of Giram with the 006. Taken up ahead by Mars. If we could not do tire warning, we'd appreciate it. Multi-Beagle Dude up ahead of Mars. Looks like Mitch is backed off for the race, so he will not be partaking in it. Muffin in the 621 machine, they're going to be in 5th place as Arisnet is in 4th. Nikolaus, the first podium position. I believe he won last time at Giowa. Starts today at 3rd. Silver Wumi is going to start in 2nd place in the 64. And Gohan is today's pole sitter. If you guys in the midfield can back off a little bit, Gohan, if you could slightly increase pace. It's also not pace on red line. You as a person that's running the front of the field, it's not gonna matter as much, but other cars that are not, please do not be pacing red line. You will cause issues. So, just stick to your positions. Eris, come on, back off of Nico. Gohan, speed it up. We have a whole other lap to do. The field in the middle needs to be spread out, just so that pacing can go by smoother. We will close in once we get going. Manos. Giram. I don't know why the lights are red. Jake, if you could try to manage the lights, or Mr. Monaco. Next time by, we'll be seeing them turning black. That means that there's 1 lap to go. They were already yellow. But you can. Those are the track lights. Manos, pick it up a little bit. Let's not tire warm, Nico. I think you got loose there. So, guys, don't tire warm, please. It disrupts the pacing. We do bunching up. Beagle, stay behind. Muffin. Next person to intentionally be seen tire warming gets put to the rear of the field. We don't want to see that this early into the race. Really any point, but we just need you guys to lock in. If we're doing 60, I need you guys to pick up the pace from the front so the field can spread out. Gohan, I just need you to drive at like 50% until we hit the chicane. Then we're going to do 60. Beagle, catch up. Again, next person that I see tire warming get directed to the rear of the field. Catch up, Muffin. Once we hit the chicane, we're going to slow down to 60. Do not take unorthodox lines, just follow the car ahead of you, stay behind them, of course. Reminder, you guys are not allowed to pass until you cross the start-finish line, so we're going to be doing 60 here. The lights are black. Prepare to go green in a short bit. Please stay behind the car ahead of you as well as you can. In fact, make up a little bit of a gap here if you can too. Manos, move up, or you'll be allowed to be passed. Full pace. Green flag. Beagle with... You're good. Allowed to pass up Manos. So Kirim is good. So our leader currently is Gohan. So our field making the way through the course. We're going to take a thumbnail. The field making their way through the carousel. We've seen them under the bridge soon. Alright. So Gohan leading us off currently, although the battle for the podium, Muffin, Eris, and Nico, I believe, are going at it. As they make their way through the long straight. Nico's at the helm of it, although Eris, Netta, and Muffin fighting very fiercely against the Trini for position. Eris now looking to make a move around the outside. Eris will cut down. She's going to go wide. Again, a reminder that the track limits are strict. We only have 15 cuts until you get a 5-second penalty. I'm going to stand by that because that's 5 more cuts than there are laps. So if you're going to be driving like Eris is, it's not going to look good for you by the end of the race. Meanwhile, Gohan is about to go around the final turn to lead off his first lap. So, 10-car field today. So here we are into lap number 2. Gohan leading us off. Silver Woomy second place. I believe the battle there between Eris and Nico for the 3rd place spot. Muffin's backed off a little bit for the time being. Eris is going to slide a little bit around behind the 95. As Nico's now starting to run a little bit in front of Eris. Looks like Nico solidified their third place spot. There's still only a couple car lengths behind, but there's Silver Woomy around. Off in the turn after the long straight. Silver Woomy's going to have to fight a bunch of cars to get back up where he was. I think that's a mistake we've seen him make before. That's a very infamous corner for mistakes like that. You're going to want to brake a lot earlier than you think you should. Although you feel like you're going slow when you're doing it right, but really it's how that turn goes. It's just a very technical corner. If you mess it up, you see how that works for drivers like Silver. So now the battle between Eris and Nico, the one for the third place spot. Guillermo has made up a couple of positions, but look at you. But Guillermo, you're going to want to watch your cuts. You are only on lap 2 and you're 5 away, or you're 6 away from a penalty, so. It's a very short race, of course. I mean, we are basically about halfway, or sorry, a quarter way through already, but again, just big moves like that are not going to help you out. The one thing to say is that Manos has hit the wall off of the end of the straight. Don't leave the game. Pull your car into the pits. You do not want to get penalized. You're very close to calling a caution over that move, but we're going to keep it green. A reminder that if you guys are done with a race, you are not allowed to rage quit on track. There are plenty of places on track where you can pull off into the infields. If you do so, though, please let me know so we can clear your car off the map to hopefully reduce any lag. If you leave a car on the track, you will cause a caution, and your punishment... I know. Just, there's a pull-off on the chicane. It's on the right side. It's on the right side of that chicane. Anyways, back up to the front. Let me know if they could pull themselves off. Gohan is leading us off, and he's building up quite a bit of a gap here, about 3.5 seconds. There's a pull out to the right here. Just turn right. So Manos is going to drive himself into the old pit area. Alright, just stop it there. We'll clear the car off. Apologize. We'll get to the report in just a second on how the field is looking. So Gohan currently leading us off. How about the battle for the second place spot? Nico's made a big mistake in that last. He's all the way back behind, I believe might be in 5th place now, battling out for 4th with Muffin. We didn't see what happened here, but we're going to assume he probably made a very similar mistake to what happened to Silver. Meanwhile, Silver will move back up to 3rd place, so they're back on the podium. But currently the biggest mishmash there's Nico. A great save there on the final corner, nearly losing it. Now side by side with Guillermo FX2. But will not gain speed on the exit. Looks like this is going to be just a big recovery drive. Meanwhile, in 4th place is Multi-Beagle Dude. He's been doing pretty good on a road course, especially this is one of the races he said he was probably going to do pretty good on, and it looks to be the case for him, running in 4th place, now battling for 4th with Guillermo and Muffin. Nico's going to pass him, but he's still in that big group of 4 cars, all battling out for the top 4. 3 wide. for just a second into the turn after the long straight. Now Muffin at the helm of it. Nico out side by side with Guillermo FX2, but he's going to carry more speed now, closing in on the hairpin. On the chicane. Sorry, guys. I apologize for my cooked hosting and commentary. We are doing a thing called I just woke up at 8:30, about an hour and a half ago. That's no excuse for bad commentary. Nico Louts was about to take the front of the group. He loses it on the final corner again. It's just going wide. There's not benefiting. By the way, Giram, you're close to a 5-second penalty. That's going to be once you reach 15 cuts. That's about 2 cuts away. Try to hold yourself together. Nico Louts looking at the rear bumper of Muffin as they make their way through the carousel. Now onto the right-hander. This was added for the spring race, a very new feature on the track. Now under the Firestone Bridge, as they make their way through the S's onto the straight. Guillermo FX2, Nico out side by side. Now into the breaking point after the long straight. We can make our way into the tight left-hander. This has been the trouble corner, and the one to fall into trouble is Muffin. Mind you, we're halfway done with today's race. As here's Gohan making his way to round out to 4 laps to go through the final turn. And there's Mars, might be pointed in. So, I'll clear that car for you, Mars. Here, Mars, just stop the car. I'm gonna delete it. Thanks. So, Mars has pulled it in. Thanks, sorry about that. So, we have 4 laps to go. As for cuts, Kiram FX2, I want to advise you, you have a 5-second penalty. So however you finish, 5 seconds will be added post-race. It looks like the little group is split off into their own little battles. So there's Beagle. How about Muffin? Where's Muffin? Muffin actually not too far behind from Giram. Might be in position to make up a spot. But it looks like that battle has settled itself for the time. So Giram has a lot to stress about now. He's currently in 5th place. He's got a penalty. If he gets a 30 cuts, that'll be another one. But if he holds himself together, he still might be able to finish ahead of Beagle, maybe even Muffin. I'm not sure if Nico is in the question, as we are now 3 laps ago for Gohan. Gohan making his way through the first corner. Nares is not too far behind either. Only on the other side of the straight. But it looks like Nico might be holding out to a pretty solid 4th place. Again, nobody else really in too much turmoil for corner cuts. Giram about to lose it. But another great save. That was gnarly. We do know Giram has a tendency to do that. He just pulls off some of the most insane saves. Oh, Muffin! They lose it off the exit. Holy smokes. Well, they've lost a lot of time out of that. That might be just enough to allow Giram, if he can hold up here, to potentially keep his 5th place spot. Multi-Beagle Dude actually starting to close in on Muffin, because that is a very bad place to lose speed like you do. He's been cleared. Looks like Muffin is going pretty slowly. So Beagle's moved into the 6th place spot. As Giram FX2 is going to stay most likely in 5th place at this point. He's made up a pretty big gap. And it looks like Muffin is just going to pull it in. They've said I quit after that, most likely. But now 2 laps to go for Gohan. Nothing too major developing. Our field just kind of spread out at this point, just running its usual course. Gohan in the 42 machine. It's going to make its way down the long straight on this preliminary lap before the finish. And it does look like Muffin is going to pull it in. So it looks like they weren't very happy with themselves after that little spin there on the end of the carousel. I don't know what really to call that turn other than just a turn with all those billboards. Giram's nearly lost it, although I think as of now, as long as he doesn't get another 10-second penalty, it might be good enough to stay ahead of his teammate, Multi-Beagle Dude. The two of them will finish 5th and 6th, respectfully. How's Gohan doing? He's making his way through the last sector, it seems. Now the second to last turn, so this time by we'll be seeing the white flag for Gohan. White flag in the air for Gohan. Once you guys cross the line, you guys are going into your final lap. So this is how the race is going to end. There's, of course, not going to be any cautions. It's going to run cleanly. Gohan making his way through the carousel. Now under the newly added Firestone Bridge, making his way down into the S's onto the straight. How's this lap looking so far? Looks like it's just going to be a clean lap for him. He is going to take home the quick time. Now making his way to the last sector here. Through the very technical high-speed left-hander. Now down the back straight. He's going to make his way through the braking point all cleanly into the chicane. And it looks like he'll go through nice and clean through the Sargento Bridge. Now the second to last turn, this one has seen some mistakes. How about the final one? Gohan's got no challenge. He's going to be a little bit cocky about it as he makes his way through the final turn. As your race winner is Gohan 131. He's going to go slowly. Is it going to work though? Air's not a closing in. It does. Gohan wins. Air's in second, just a little bit shy. Silver is going to take third. Now it's for 4th place as off screen, Nikolaus, something's happened to him. But it looks like something has happened also to Silver, to Giram, as Nico will take home the 4th place position. Giram FX2 had a shot at 4th, but here he is making his way around the final turn to make up the top 5 for DGS. Couple more cars on track. There's Multi-Beagle Dude. Giram is clear of any other cuts. Is he 5 seconds ahead? We'll see. He is over 5 seconds ahead of Beagle. Beagle will take 6. We have one last car on track. Again, showing up late to the party, but they still pulled up to race. It is Dancing Noodles. Making their way around the final turn. The last car to finish. And as far as finishing cars, in 7th place, it's going to be Noodles. We have our top 3 to head to the podium. That's going to be Gohan Airs and Silver Woomy. We got new trophies and a new podium for the first time in Northwest Ohio history, despite being a 2020 era track. We finally have a podium. I'm going to move. I'm going to... Sorry. Move that thing back. Let's get our podium assembled here. Might not be able to see the trophies. But we do have a new trophy for Northwest Ohio, as you guys can see. It's very basic. I literally cannot... I apologize to the motorsport fans from Ohio, but I literally cannot find anything significant about Ohio. So, that's what we're gonna get. Nuclear train crash. Anything anything that's like historically good about Ohio. It's Ohio. Is it broken? It is broken. No worries, no worries. I'm gonna give you guys one that's not broken. Let me do that real quickly and we'll get our podium. We have enough time to interview the top 3. We're gonna go straight to the GTI after this. If you guys want to be interviewed about this one, just show up to the next races. Let me get the non-broken bottles. And we'll get the podium for you guys, and then after that, we'll get to our top 3 interviews. We need to get the GTI race, of course, figured out. Alright. Okay. I give up. I give up. I tried. We're gonna take our photo of the podium here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright. So Gohan here with a dominant victory. Pretty much uncontested today. What do you guys say about today's race?
Honestly, I was a little bit disappointed because I didn't get to match Twins' pace from the first time I raced here, because I was still about 2 seconds slower, and I was really pushing to try to at least get in 33 range, but I didn't. And then if Twin was, because I honestly thought I was like 100% expecting from the pull up, but he didn't. And then if he was here, then it would have been one hell of a battle, like definitely. Because I got so much better at copying people's lines and then remembering it. But then he wasn't here, so I couldn't really get into that pace. Because I can't get into that type of pace alone. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, very very uncontested. But it was alright. I'll just wait until like GTI. I hope he shows up then.
Alright, well, that was a pretty solid race. Hopefully we'll see you over at the GTIs in the Project Lean machine. Audi R8 is pretty cool, but we'll see whatever vehicle you take, of course.
Porsche as usual.
Okay. Alright, well, is there anything else you want to say, Gohan?
Nah.
Alright. Thank you for the interview. We're going to now talk to, again, Miss MITS car herself. Eris Netta here, finishing 2nd place. I think it's a bit of a trend, but a pretty solid race overall. Managed to keep up there pretty much the whole time. A little bit there at the start, you know, you're battling up for 3rd place, but made up a couple spots, and now you finish in 2nd. What do you got to say about today's race?
Interesting for sure. Very annoying. I feel like instead of doing great by raw pace, I just did great by not dying that much. I mean, I still had some mishaps sometimes, every now and then, with the like the walls and the grass. Going on the grass was really annoying because these cars do not fit this grass setup. Like the default compound is not like proper for this. Like this really low friction grass. So it's like kind of difficult to like make sense of it sometimes. I feel like the strategy really was to like just try to survive I was like alone for half the race. Like I was with Nico, and I saw him die on the chicane. It was heartbreaking.
I was one. It was a chicane. Okay. I was
Yeah.
serious.
Well, I mean, I say chicane, the former chicane, the thing that used to be a chicane, like the switchback thing. I don't. No, it's not a switchback. Like you get what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was there. I think he went wide and he clipped the grass just enough to where it spun him around just like immediately.
Very possible.
Trying to do better. I've been trying to focus a lot more lately, which could explain my commitment to the podium. I'm back to on my grind, the 2021 grind of being on the podium every race and never winning. But yeah, that's kind of how it's the life of me. There's not much to say really. I wish I could have raced with a Castrol car because I changed the wheels for it, but it was fucked up. I'll have to look into it.
I think.
If you could,
Okay, I think what happened is the game just didn't fully publish.
yeah, if you could send me a model of all the cars, so I can do shit with them, it would be really appreciated because I cannot load this map. It crashes my computer. Like I actually blue screen.
What the fuck? Okay. I will do that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because I want to like actually fix them properly, and I want to see if maybe there's something else that I missed, so that I can look into that as well. So like, yeah, that's really it. I don't know, not really much more to say. Thank you to my sponsors, me, myself, and I. Without them, I would not be able to get the financial backing to race in this very expensive series.
True. Imagine racing the Miatas in the international series. That would be the worst part of it all.
Cup. If IMSA was awesome.
Damn.
Yeah, that's really it.
Alright. Well, thank you there, Arisnetta. Again, a pretty solid race. I know you might be preoccupied for the GTIs or not. I'm not sure. I think you said you might not be.
I mean, I gotta go have fucking lunch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
so
right.
I'll try to, like, get done with that so that I can make it.
Okay. That works.
Yeah,
so thank
really
you
it. Not
Alright.
much more from me.
Okay. Well, thank you there, Eris. Hopefully things go well in the GTI race. We're going to move on to Silver Lumi. Alright, Silver Lumi here. Alright.
Good evening.
Hi, so an up and down race, still finishing on a bit of a lighter note, of course, still being in the top 3. That probably was a little bit scary there, getting loose at the first lap or two. What happened today?
I got an above average amount of practice this time, which is good. I really want to make that a trend now, because it worked. I almost got the quick lap on the final lap. I messed up my last sector, which sucks. But yeah, I got a lot of practice. I was very confident going into this. I did not expect to not get pole, I'm gonna be real. But second place was good. Then on like lap 2, I clipped the grass after the long straight in that one hairpin. That spun me around. I think you saw it.
Yeah.
I got worried because Nico and Eras were just doing their own race, and I was scared that I wouldn't catch up in time. But then Nico made a mistake, and it ended up with a podium for me, which I'm happy with.
Rightfully so. Of course, the top 3 is a great way to finish off the MITS car part. Again, we're not going to be racing these again till late in October at Utah Motorsports Campus.
Man.
I know. So it's going to be a bit of a long, drawn-out wait till then. Still plenty more races to come this week, of course, but Yeah. Enjoy the trophy. It's probably gonna be the last one I can see for a while. I'll send the R8 later today. Alright. Is there anything else you want to say, Silver?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Mr. Monaco and Jake were marshals this race, but they called me wash a lot. They called me washed a couple of times. I'm not saying that to snitch. I'm just trying to say that I'm still driving and they're not. So, guess who's washed now?
Maybe dry clean.
Dry clean? Alright, I'm gonna work on the game real quickly. We'll be updating in just a bit.
Alright.
Yeah. I guess while
Alright,
we're
that's
waiting.
it from me.
Yeah, I guess while we're waiting, if anyone's sticking around, so there's multi-Beagle dude. So a lot of good racing from you, Beagle, today. I guess we'll interview since might as well. So what happened today for you, Cole?
I felt good. I mean, there's no doubt that we were good. We were pretty. I was honestly going for a top 5. I personally felt like we had a car that I could have, but I just made driver errors throughout the night. I mean, we got a good amount of practice. It's just that it really felt like the.
Cole, are you still there? Cole. Shit. Hey Cole, are you still there?
Hello.
Hi Cole, I am so sorry. Can we start that interview over on the stream? My entire my entire computer just like crashed. It didn't crash, but
Sure.
it nearly. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Where did that start off from?
I don't know. Just fucking restarted, I guess.
Okay. So how did that race go for you today?
Not bad. I mean, we started 6th. We ended up 6th. Definitely felt like we had a faster car than what we thought we had. I'm not happy about the finish line. I'm mad about it because, I mean, we didn't really do much. But, I mean, it felt like the shocks and the setup were a little bit different from the spring race, which definitely played a clause in how we finished. But, overall, it was good. We had a top 5 car, and I definitely feel like we could beat Kira, especially on the last lap when he messed up in turn 3. But, I mean, we made the same mistake, and, that's just how it was going to be. It's just trying to figure out where we could go, and I think that was the main thing. And so, I mean, overall, we'll take what we can get. It was a good card. Thank the Mobile One, thank the DGS, and everybody else that's out here. We've had a lot of great cars this season, and I mean, the goal out here today was just, show that we still have speed, and I think that's exactly what we did. So, Just hats off to everybody. Wish the sets were the same as spring because I feel like I would have done better, but hey, it is what it is. And I mean, like I said in the interview with after the Rockmont race, the main point about this track was it's a track that we know that we could run really well, and the fact that we didn't really lose position shows that we know how to run this track, and shows that we are really good. So, hats off to the track crew. They get everybody who competed. It was a fun race. Definitely wish I could have been in that battle with Nico Alex a little bit longer before I made the mistake, but beggars can't be choosers. So we'll move on to GTI, Rocks, mods, whatever I feel like running, and we'll try to do what we can. And like I said in the Rocks mod race, we're just here to show speed, and we're really just trying to get what we can before the Sawcast race up in November, where we feel like that's going to be the race where we really need to show what we know.
All right, well, that's great to hear, Cole. Hopefully things will go around better, especially if you are around tonight. I don't know if you are, you're probably doing whatever. But if you are, hopefully we'll see you there. Thanks for coming by, Cole. I'm going to try to wrap the stream up here. Again, the GTIs are in about 55 minutes. I'm trying to work out the studio. That incredible lag spike you heard earlier was me opening up track loans. If you guys heard that, that's what that was. So, thank you guys for coming around.